Hi friends, this is the Bijou Baker. I'm Maria. Today we're on number 10 of our 12 days of Christmas cookies. These, I've been waiting for these. These are my funnest to eat. Thumbprint cookies. Again, with the possibilities, whatever you want to stick inside that thumb hole, jams, jellies, chocolate, whatever you like, stick it in there. White chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate. Just delicious. All right, super fun, super easy. Yeah, just checking my ingredient list. Simple things. All right, hair up, hands washed, let's go play. Combine our dry, and in this case, it's just cornstarch and flour. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 5 ingredients in this thing. Super duper simple. This gets set aside, and we're just going to cream our butter. There are perks to being a ding-dong. Well, there aren't, but okay. So the mise en place, and why mise en place is so important. I had everything together except for the orange juice. I left that in the refrigerator because I'm a ding-dong, and because I left it in the refrigerator, and because it wasn't in front of me, I forgot to add it. So I added it at the end, and that's okay. I mean, it would have been a lot smoother had I put it right after the eggs and the vanilla. Okay, so you saw how crumbly it was. All I did was kind of just mush everything together because I want it all wet. It's still a pretty stiff dough, but it's now, everything's incorporated. So whatever. So don't worry about it if you mess up. It's a cookie, but there's always a way to fix it. Good. Alrighty, well, there you go. This has to chill, but I'm not going to chill it until I've done all the work when it's soft and pliable. So I'm just backwards like that. So you're just going to scoop up a good ball, and it is stiff, but that means it's going to be really nice and not crumbly, but really good. Okay, so I'm going to go with a ball because I want it more to look like a ball. And you can use your finger, you can use your thumb, but if you have nails, it's going to show. So I took something that would work and just kind of made a hole. It's okay if it crackles. I'm just weird like that. And then you can cover the whole pan with them right next to each other. Most of the cookies that I'm giving you, in fact, all of the cookies that I've made, you can freeze them up to this point and then save them for later to finish up. Okay, so I'm almost done rounding them out, kind of mushing them together and putting them aside. Now, I'm going to give you a trick to help lessen the cracks. So I'm just going to give a slight pat, not flat. I just kind of want to make sure that the bottom is flat against the cookie sheet. Okay, so not flat, but just like that. And then I'm going to take, I took a different tool, and I'm just going to kind of like pat it in and make the hole. And then I have less breakage in the cookie But even if it does, it's a nice dough. It'll fix it up right nice. So have fun with this part. This is kind of a cool part, but it's going to take a minute to do them all. So that's what you do. All right, they go into the refrigerator like this for about 15 minutes just to get firm. So, you know, if you have a good sized finger without a fingernail, because mine are nice and pudgy, but the fingernail kind of messes them up. I just kind of tuck this in, hold it in my hand to keep the outside from cracking. Okay, but now you see that it has a little bit of a dip. So let me see. So once it's, you see how it kind of tilts to the side? So once it's here, then just flatten it out. Okay, however you want to do it, just to get that finger dip in there. All right, 15 minutes. Okay, the oven's preheating. It should come out roughly about the same time. I got an email from a viewer, Rosie, asked, how do you know when your oven goes off? You always know when your oven goes off. I do take for granted that everyone has an oven that beeps when it's hit its time or hit its temperature. That's how. There's nothing special in here. The oven tells me when it's ready. So if yours doesn't and hers didn't or doesn't, wait 10 to 15 minutes. You can also buy a thermometer that goes inside and hooks on the racks of your oven if you want to, or just wait 12 minutes. That should do it. 15 for sure. I don't think it takes longer than that for any oven. Okay, so thank you, Rosie, for that question. Toppings, fillings, goodies. I've got a bunch of preserves. I've got apricot. I've got red raspberry. And I've got boysenberry. And they're just jams and jellies, you know. And then I'm going to melt some chocolate. Duh. And the colors are going to look really neat. So after they're done chilling, I'm going to put them in the oven at 350. Most of these cookie recipes are going to be at 350 because I kind of want to keep your oven at the same time. I'm trying to think about all your ins and out of the oven work and your stove, your counter work and your cookie sheets. A lot of cookies. So 350 for all of them. Yes, because even if I do have, let's say I usually make these at 425. I don't, but let's just say I do for about 7 minutes. I'm going to alter that to keep your oven steady. So I'll put it at 350 for 12 minutes. You know what I mean? So you can adjust like that. All right. I'll get the fillings ready. All right, it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to transfer these onto a cookie sheet. Put them in the oven at 350 for 12 minutes. As they are. I'm not going to fill them until later. All right, 350, 10 minutes. Well, you're wonky. All right, so for the chocolate part of this, the other is just going to go right into a jar, right from the jar into the cookie. But what I did was I took some of the dark chocolate, you know, the chocolate nibs that you can buy at the grocery store, buy the produce where you dip your strawberries and stuff. It's already got its container, you need to microwave it. I had about half of it left. And I added some milk chocolate in it because I wanted the fats from the milk chocolate to kind of make it not so snappy, not so crunchy. I want to be able to bite in it smoothly, but not soggy and not like that. So this is ready. The other ones, the cookie's going for 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 12 minutes. Yes. Then we're going to take them out and we're going to put the fillings in, not the chocolate though. not the chocolate. That just goes on last. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for another 6-7 minutes. Yeah, good stuff. Okay, so we're halfway through, and I'm noticing that they didn't sink as much, so I'm just going to poke them down a little bit more. I definitely want a dip. And while they're still nice and fresh, warm, and pliable, we got a moment. All right, and the chocolate ones, I'm going to put them on a separate tray and bake them completely. So I'm just going to put, one second, put a dab of jelly. I can never tell what you can see, so sorry. I've got 2 trays, so I've got plenty of room for different flavors. And then we're going to put them back in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, and it's going to kind of harden the jelly a little bit, make it a little chewier. I know it sounds weird, but it makes it good. Okay, Maria, come on. All right, so you get the idea, right? Let me just fast forward this step. Okay, they're out of the oven, and let me tell you what, these I'm not even at all worried about. I'm not at all worried about them because they're mine. Spoils of war, I guess. So baking the preserves and the jams and jellies, they kind of turn this into like a gummy candy, okay? Otherwise, you would just have this jelly, messy stuff coming out. I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, so these are gonna cool, and once they're cooled completely, I'm gonna sprinkle them with powdered sugar and call it a day. Time for just a light dusting of powdered sugar. And if you want to, I mean, come on. Everything is if you want to. If you don't want them like that, don't put them like that. Because they do look pretty without them too. And it's plating time, baby. Okay, you know I'm always telling you, I'm such a dork. I know I am. I filled these chocolate ones without even showing it. But all I did was take a little spoon and I waited it for it to get a little stiff. Okay, not hard, but not runny, because I wanted it to kind of plop into the nest. Okay, and they're gonna take a minute to dry. But don't they look nice? Aren't they nice? So I'm not going to do anything with this. I'm going to really let these sit the longest because they're the runniest. But the other ones are awfully pretty. Take a look. That's a good looking display, right? It'd be... It's a good looking display, right? It'd be beautiful in any cookie swap. And they're good, and you saw how easy they are. Kind of fun. So this is one that was just left over. That's one of mine. But I wanted to show you how the jelly kind of gets a little rubbery. Not rubbery, but like a little gummy, you know, gummy bear kind of thing. Chewy. Yeah. Wait. So. Ooh. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna slap myself. Boysenberry. Oh, that's my favorite. That butter cookie is so sweet. It's so on point. So what do you say? Yin or yout? Okay, my friends, until next time, happy baking.
Ah, that was fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.